Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. I'm Tammy Devine. Before we get to our top story, we have a little bit of breaking news to give you. There's been a fire at 2800 East Colorado and Sunny Slope this afternoon. The fire department tells us that it's at the Auto Action Center. It's adjacent to the Ace Motel. There has been about $200,000 worth of damage to contents in the house and $500,000 worth of damage to the structure. It was a two-alarm fire, and fire departments Arcadia, San Marino, South Pass, and LA County helped with that fire. It was fully contained within 20 minutes, and it started at about 3:30 this afternoon. Now let's go ahead and move on to our top story. The IRS closes its investigation of Pasadena's All Saints Church, but the battle may not be over yet. During church services Sunday morning, Rector Ed Bacon demanded more than a closed case. He says the church wants clarity and an apology.
This IRS intimidation has taken place simply by the government saying that the sermon in question implied an endorsement of Senator Kerry.
As the All Saints congregation listened intently, Rector Ed Bacon gave a brief history of the cause of the IRS investigation against the church. It all stemmed from a sermon given by former Rector George Regas, which blasted Bush administration policies 2 days before the 2004 presidential election. After a 2-year investigation, during which time All Saints' tax-exempt status hung in the balance, the IRS contacted the church.
We received a letter from the IRS that did two contradictory things. It simultaneously closed the examination without challenge to the church's tax-exempt status. The letter also concluded, but without any explanation, that the sermon in question constituted intervention in the 2004 presidential election.
So the church has fired off its own letter to the IRS.
Recapitulating the history of the case, outlining our concerns, and demanding clarification, corrections, accountability, and an apology.
Following the service, Bacon, with a number of church officials and supporters, gave a news conference explaining further the church's reaction to the IRS letter.
It does not clarify what in the sermon at question was a transgression.
I heard Dr. Regas that memorable Sunday morning. He spoke with eloquence on his belief in peace, in his belief in compassion for the poor, and he gave no endorsement to any candidate.
And Bacon says the church has also learned that the IRS coordinated with the Department of Justice about their case. Bacon says that makes them think the investigation may have been influenced by partisan politics. The church is asking the Inspector General for Tax Administration and Congress to investigate. Bacon says the 2-year process has cost the church $200,000 and that the matter could still end up in court.